Why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now?
Men aren't approaching women anymore.
I can't stand a man that acts like he doesn't understand what's expected of him off rip, and he will expect so many different things.
Nobody's dating anymore, and no, it's not because people are lazy, shallow, or afraid of commitment.
We need to talk about what is happening with American men.
Fellas, welcome back to the channel. Dating in 2025 feels like a whole new game. Men expect a lot but won't even do the simplest things like open a door or drop a compliment without being labeled creepy or sexist. Confidence? Almost extinct. Approach? Practically a myth. What happened to chivalry, boldness, and clear signals? From awkward friendships where no one flirts, to clubs where men won't even acknowledge a woman sitting next to them. In today's episode, we're breaking down the modern American dating crisis, the bitch boy problem, and why men are more scared than ever to make a move. Kindly subscribe to the channel. It really supports us.
Nobody's dating anymore, and no, it's not because people are lazy, shallow, or afraid of commitment. It's because we're all trying to build love in a system that was never designed to hold it. This isn't a you problem, it's not even a them problem. It's a world problem, and we've all been dragged into it. First up, marriage. Not happening. People aren't coupling up at 22 with matching towels and a mortgage anymore. Why? Because we can't afford love and dental, duh. And if you do find someone you vibe with, you still gotta cross-reference credit scores, trauma loads, and whether you're building something or just filling space until they figure it out. So people are going solo, delaying marriage, skipping kids, and replacing intimacy with curated solitude and memes about emotional damage. We're independent, but not necessarily on purpose. Stay with me, because this brings me to work, like the jobs we clock in for. Remote work was supposed to be the dream. You roll out of bed, no bra, microwave a coffee 3 times, and boom, you're a functioning adult. But with fewer partners, fewer coworkers, fewer daily interactions, a lot of us are just sitting in silence, screaming inside group chats that don't reply.
She's not wrong. The system is broken. But here's the thing. Men have been feeling this pressure silently for generations. Provide, protect, perform, or you're worthless. No room for burnout, no applause for struggle, just judgment if you fall behind. Now that women are waking up to the same economic and emotional exhaustion, maybe we finally get it. This isn't a gender war, it's a survival game rigged from the start. Men didn't create this system. We were just the first to be crushed by it, and told to smile through the pain.
Don't look at the state of my flat. We need to talk about what is happening with American men. I was just watching the Call Your Daddy podcast with Millie Bobby Brown, and she was talking about how she met her husband, Jake Bon Jovi. And she was basically saying that they were friends for like a really long time. And for the longest amount of time, she had no idea whether this man actually liked her platonically or liked her more than that. Because although they were very good friends, he would never flirt with her. He would never show her any form of romantic interest, to the point where she said to her mum, "Mum, I think you need to sit in on one of our conversations because I need you to assess whether this man is actually flirting with me or not." And so her mum sat in and went to her meals. "I don't think this man is actually flirting with you in any way, shape or form." And it's only when Millie one day had the courage and was like, "Okay, I just need to let you know that I actually freaking like you. Sorry if this changes our friendship, but I need to tell you that I like you." And he was like, "Oh my God, you're so bold." And that's how they started a relationship, right? Bear in mind, I have noticed this when I go to the States myself. Like when I was in Manhattan earlier this year, I was in the clubs and what the hell is going on? Okay, so not only do men not approach women in clubs in New York, but they don't even acknowledge you when you come and sit on the same table as them? Why am I joining your table and you are making eye contact with me and you're cutting your eye at me and looking away? In that particular case, it was just the acknowledgement of, yeah, you're right, and then keep it stepping. Like, I'm British, we are unfriendly as fuck, and you can't unfriendly us. You know, if you're gonna do that, that's a record-breaking achievement, and the fact that men in New York can do that is unbelievable. I was talking to my American friend about this, and he was saying, yeah, we do actually just have a bit of an American bitch boy problem. Like, there is just like a national bitch boy problem. And this is happening in the celeb world as well, not just with the common folk. So what is happening with American men and the pursuit of women? I need to know.
This sounds less like a bitch boy problem and more like a self-preservation strategy. American men aren't suddenly shy, they're cautious. Why? Because the line between flirtation and offense is razor thin now. One wrong move and you're labeled creepy, pushy, or worse. So men are pulling back, not because they don't want connection, but because they're tired of being shamed for trying. If women want men to shoot their shot, the culture needs to stop punishing them for missing. You can't demand boldness and cancel it at the same time.
Why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? See, shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women. The masculinity on earth has diminished drastically that guys don't even come up to you anymore. They'll just stare at you from a distance. As a woman who's trying to embody her feminine energy, you're not going to catch me going up to the guy. You're just not. We can just stare at each other. See, shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women, because guys don't do that anymore. If God were to guarantee that your 20th person would be the love of your life, you would be so happy to be rejected by all 19. So why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? We don't chase. We signal like, you can come up to me now. But all men do is just look at you now. And of course, like, if the woman is interested, she's gonna keep looking your way too. But it just like stays like that. Nothing ever happens because men don't walk up to women anymore. Or they're just tired of being rejected. But it's like, if God were to tell you that you're gonna go through 20 rejections before you get to your yes, and that's gonna be the love of your life, you guys would be so happy to go through all 20 because you would just be so closer to the love of your life. Come on, guys, you guys gotta do better.
Here's the reality. Men aren't less confident. They're just more cautious. Approaching women used to be risky. Now, it's borderline dangerous. One awkward moment can end up on TikTok, in a group chat, or worse, labeled as harassment. And let's be real, the same women saying "come talk to me" are also the ones tweeting "why do men always approach me when I'm minding my business?" Men are tired of mixed signals, public shame, and emotional landmines. It's not about fear, it's about self-respect. You can't demand pursuit and punish it at the same time.
Men aren't approaching women anymore. Not because they're mama's boys, not because they're man-child or scared or whatever it is you call them these days. You know why? Because one wrong word and they're labeled creeps. One compliment and it's harassment. One traditional gestures and they're called sexist. So they've learned to leave you alone. Then you wonder why chivalry is dead, why dating apps are the only option. Congratulations, women. We've played ourselves.
This is the truth no one wants to hear. Men didn't stop approaching because they're weak. They stopped because they're tired of being vilified. Say the wrong thing? You're creepy. Give a compliment? Now you're harassing. Offer to pay? Suddenly you're a misogynist. So yeah, men pulled back. And can you blame them? In a world where masculinity is demonized, silence is the safest move. Chivalry isn't dead, it's just hiding. And modern dating? It's the fallout. Women wanted men to be more respectful, and they got it. Now nobody's saying a word.
I can't stand a man that acts like he doesn't understand what's expected of him off the rip. And he'll expect so many different things from you. That's the funny part about this. Oh my God. Dating in this climate is just so freaking funny because men will expect a laundry list of things from you. You know, they expect you to come dressed to the nines, you know, looking pretty and ready to listen to whatever they want to rant about or talk about themselves the whole time. Yet, when you ask for something as simple as like opening up a door, or you shouldn't even have to ask for that, flowers, or for them to buy you something that you like, it's crickets. It's crickets. It's like you're speaking a foreign language to them. And I'm done. I'm about to start exclusively dating women.
This is the modern double standard in full display. Men are expected to show up with money, manners, emotional availability, confidence, and still risk rejection for not meeting unspoken expectations. Meanwhile, women come in with a checklist and zero room for error. You want flowers, doors open, gifts, but can't even communicate that without sarcasm? Men aren't mind readers, and we're done being punished for not meeting demands we were never told about. You want effort? Give clarity. Respect goes both ways, not just when it's convenient.